pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I do have to ask one question. I mean, it's 0 degrees outside and you're wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's not particularly Hawaiian shirt, but hey, I'm thinking spring, okay? It can't come fast enough.
Northern Marianas.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's take a look at the minutes here. Just you were at the last meeting, it's just public minutes. And I'll be looking for a motion to approve those minutes, if you could.
Motion to approve minutes dated December 14, 2021.
Okay, and I'll second those minutes. All in favor? Okay, and I'll give this to you for Lil, so I usually give her that.
Yep.
Okay, minutes are done. Okay, Chief, up to you.
So yeah, pretty quick, we'll be pretty quick this month. We did have a pretty big outbreak of COVID here, like everywhere else. We had 5 officers, this is all in the last week or so, we had 5 officers get it and 2 civilians. So we kinda got hammered with the thing.
When you say 2 civilians, mean civilians that...
Employees of the town.
Oh, okay.
That work
Town-wise.
Yeah, that work for the
So
police
5 officers tested dog, not close contact, these are actual
Yeah, the
tests.
guys are just getting it, they go off the street just from contact with people all over the place.
When they lower the window and they talk to them,
Exactly,
yeah?
there's nothing.
Yeah.
I think all the guys, except for maybe one are vaccinated, everybody's vaccinated, double vaccinated.
Yeah,
it's
but
not-
so these are breakthrough cases, some of them.
I don't think it's a breakthrough anymore, I think it's
Oh.
a regular occurrence, because it doesn't matter.
Well, breakthrough means, right, if you've
Yeah,
been fully
yeah,
vaccinated and you get it?
Yeah.
So are some of those officers,
All of them, man.
all of them, I thought you were all
Except for
vaccinated,
one,
right?
yeah.
Wow.
So that's what's going on. The town, we get a lot of calls. Fire department and cops are doing a great job. They're still going to the calls. Everyone's doing a great job. I think it slowed down the last couple of days, but who knows? So maybe we're starting to turn the corner on the thing as far as we were getting 7 or 8 calls a day. Now we're down to 1 or 2. So,
Wow, 70 calls a
No,
day?
7 or 8.
Oh, 7 or 8, now what are they at, I mean, so they
People
think they
call-
got COVID and they're calling you?
Yeah, they're calling for an ambulance. Yeah.
Oh,
So to that point.
Oh.
Yeah.
wow. That's a lot of calls for an ambulance.
Yeah, but the fire guys have done a fantastic job. They really have, and so has Derry Ambulance have been really good. It is what it is.
All right.
Tomorrow we're supposed to be getting a visit from the highway safety from the state. They're supposed to come and visit. We'll see if that goes off. It probably will. They just come and they switched representatives who come to our department, and she just wants to come meet us and see all our stuff. And that's the people that give us all the grant for radar.
Oh, yeah.
The grants for the radar and the grants for the
and
DWI patrol.
and they can give us a radar trailer and
Now,
stuff.
when they give you when you do the DWI patrols, do they look to see how many arrests you did? Do they always look at the,
Yeah, they look
and
at
how
that.
have you been with?
Yeah, we'll be fine this year.
Oh, good. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you got some people that are working hard, and
They want to make sure their money's well spent.
I
so.
see a lot of cars stopped on the road, more than I've seen in the past.
So last year, the stats at the second last page, I think, for the year, for the last page, for 2021. And
Yeah.
DWI, aggravated DWI, and DWI
Wow.
second, there's 19 out of our 112 arrests at the DWI related offense. So it's pretty,
Unbelievable.
yeah, so it's a lot. Normally it would be around 10, so we almost doubled the usual numbers for the year for DWI calls. Not sure what that is, whether people are just freaking out over the whole COVID thing, or just a lot more people drinking, or, I have no idea, but
Wow.
the numbers are up. We had that, we also had, officers are now able to, we did the vaccine site last year, we had one officer do the
In
booster
southern New
blitz.
Hampshire.
Yeah,
Oh.
so now they're doing the booster shot
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
clinics.
Oh, a
And
booster
they're looking-
blitz.
Yeah, and they're looking for help for that, so you might see some officers have done that as well. So we signed.
Oh, you
some
mean
guys-
up in Hooksett again?
we had one officer go to Milford.
Milford?
So they're kind of spread out. Those ones aren't as close to the Manchester area
Yeah.
as the other ones. They're more spread out around the state.
Well, I'll tell you, I went to my wife signed up on the booster blitz.
Yeah.
And after an hour, Manchester was sold out. We got Concord, and I brought her
Yeah.
to Concord to
Yeah.
the National
Sure.
Guard base there. And she said it was as organized as can be. There was a lot of people, but they were moving, going in, and as many
Yeah.
going out. No block. It was perfect.
Good.
Really,
Well, that's
really
good.
went well.
They also do mobile vaccine clinics, and they'll come to your company. We had one come out.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty good too.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We're doing some training tomorrow at ABS. They're doing they have to do active shooter training once a year. It's just a tabletop thing, so we're not jumping around or nothing with them, but it's like, we're doing a
Tomorrow.
training exercise tomorrow at school.
Do they have school tomorrow?
As of right now.
As of right now.
Oh, because they did yesterday because the teacher shortage.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I know my
They're
grandson.
saying they
is
will,
sick.
we'll see if it goes off. If it doesn't, that's fine, we'll just postpone it to another time, but we're doing some training with them tomorrow.
Okay,
And we have to still do in the spring, they'll have to do another one of those evacuation drills where they have to evacuate and actually transport some kids off-site, which worked pretty good last time. And then they're switching it up, so different grades get a chance to do it. You have to actually load them on a bus and take them to the
Yeah.
site, that kind of stuff. So we'll do that in the spring.
this spring, yeah, like you did before.
Exactly, we're not gonna do it in the snow, all right?
Yeah,
Other than that, we haven't really done our training calendar for the year, but we're gonna be doing that at the end of the month, so maybe I'll let you know more about that next month, what topics we're doing for the month. For each month, the training for the officers, kind of give you a heads up of what's going on with that stuff.
Yeah.
That won't be done until the end of the month. And that's about it for me, for now.
any questions for Ray?
No, sir.
Okay, Chip, you're up.
Okay. 2021 was really busy for the guys, like the chief said. Overall, we had 10,565 calls for service. So, like I said, that's a lot for a small town like we are. Guys have been out there really beating the roads and looking for drunk drivers. Obviously, like we said, we had 19 last year, which that's more than one a month, which is pretty good. We had 60 theft-related calls in 2021. So people were still becoming victims of crimes, and we actually arrested some of those people that were committing the crimes. So that was a pretty good year for the police department. Not so good for the general public, depending on what numbers you're looking at. December we had 790 calls for service. Again, it runs everything from medical calls to building checks to fire alarms. We had 16 total arrests for the month of December. A couple drunk drivers driving after suspensions. 21 investigations, reports as far as
Yep,
various and sundry things. Other than that, that's about it. Guys are out there just, like I said, doing what they're supposed to be doing. And then we're getting potentially dangerous people off the road by bringing in the drunk drivers. It still amazes me that we even get drunk drivers with the advent of Uber and all these other apps. There's no reason to get
how
drunk.
much advertising goes in
Right.
to don't drink and drive?
Right.
I mean,
Yep.
on the highway, the signs, on the TV, it's everything.
No,
Sure.
no,
And we're even getting, maybe not so much alcohol, but we're getting substance.
Oh, substance abuse.
Yeah.
That's a little harder for you to detect, right?
It's a little harder.
Is
but,
it all in the eyes?
it could be that, it could be just general demeanor, it can be just the general
Fidgety and
clues.
nervous?
Or just the clues on the different tests that we give and the smells. I mean, it's all a bunch of evidence that the officers gather on the side of the road at the car stop that determines
Yeah.
that. So it's just awful that, they decriminalize marijuana. And you can't stand on the side of the road and not smell a car with weed driving by you.
Every day on my drive, I
Yeah.
smell somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, every day.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Driving up and down 93 is like.
Yeah.
Well,
Behind
listen,
somebody
what do you
else.
think happens at our drive-through?
Right.
Jesus, the girl running the window gets high.
Oh yeah, she's getting a contact hit,
Yeah.
and it's horrible.
Yeah, yeah.
Not the brightest move that the politicians did, but that's my opinion. But other than that, that's our report for for
You
December.
still like the hybrid car?
Yeah, still running good.
Then we have a new hybrid coming in this spring.
Should have two.
Two, that's right.
Yep,
Two, but only outfitting one.
right. Yep.
So the other one's gonna be his unmarked car.
No, we're gonna take equipment from one of the cars we have now, car 4, and put that in the other new car. So both new cars will
Oh,
be line
yeah.
cars. One of the car 4 will be made into an unmarked car.
Unmarked, okay, yeah. And is that it, Chip?
That's all.
Any questions for Chip?
How does the staffing, you guys would know better, 10,000 calls, 10,000, actions of some sort. How does that relate to how much staffing you guys got? Is it good?
Oh, yeah.
Is it,
It's manageable. I mean,
that seems like a lot.
no, well, the guys aren't going, call to call, and we're not stacking calls for the most part. It used to be that large departments, I'm out taking a call. Hey, just so you know, there's 2 more holding for you. Yeah.
No, we don't normally run into.
We don't run into
Once
that.
in a while, but
So
not.
if you average that out, you're having 200 calls a week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
200 calls a week, that's a lot of calls, so for 7 days, that's 13, 14, 15, 200 divided by that, you're 16, 17, 18
Calls a day.
calls
Yeah,
a week.
yeah.
Yeah. Whoever's gonna be watching this video is gonna be like, oh, big deal, you know? You get some of the Manchester guys, they have
Oh,
40
yeah,
calls, you know what I
this
mean?
is a small town.
Yeah, it's a small town. It's enough to be steady, but it's not overwhelming.
Okay.
I find it to be quite a bit of calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But a lot of it too is, so the calls for service, some of that is self-initiated car stops. So if you're busy on an alarm, you're not doing a car stop. So you can kind of offset your busyness with, you know, do a car stop and catch up on paperwork, do another car stop, or go check neighborhoods. So it's almost like self-paced.
Yeah. All right.
Good to know.
Chip, do they have a stat like as to how much it's increased over the last maybe 10 years, or 5 years, or anything like that?
I would have to look.
Yeah, there's an application within our records management system that lets you look at the call response and the past. So we could actually probably graph that out and look at it and see,
Yeah, look at something else.
you know, the projections of, you know, where we've been and where we're going.
It'd be interesting, because I know like 10 years ago, it was like the opposite between part-time and full-time of what it is now. You know,
Yeah.
it's mostly part-timers and a few full-timers, and now it's interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
But somehow I'll have Melissa look into that to put our IMC skills to work.
Mhm. All right, fantastic. That brings us up to Neighborhood Watch. How are you, Steve?
Not bad.
Nothing new other than what we discussed last meeting?
Not really. There's a couple people have approached me saying, you know, like, I was kind of would like to get with Melissa and set up another, group leader meeting, because, you know, we've got two different ways of communicating within our neighborhood watch, and one is through Facebook, which they're doing an outstanding job. And then the other is through the emails, but I haven't been sending out any emails because there's really been nothing really to go out. And is there something that could be going out that I'm unaware of, you know, that I could be sending out? And one of the concerns I had is a couple of the people that had signed up just recently said, hey, how come we're not getting any notifications or any type of bulletins? And, you know, maybe if we just give them something, it'll, you know, keep them more wanting to be active, involved in the program, and maybe, you know, motivate to keep their eyes open on what's going on, so.
Yeah.
It's nothing that anybody's doing
Maybe
wrong or
we
anything
could
like that.
organize
Just
another
need to-
meeting, short meeting with the leaders.
Yeah, I
And
think
then maybe
so.
put out some type of communication to all the members, you know, that you had a meeting or whatever,
Right.
a little pep
I know,
talk.
like, I've been handling the emails pretty much when they did in the past, and I know this past year, I can tell you, I've been busier than hell, because I've been working on that vaccine project for Pfizer, so, I mean, I'm putting in almost double shifts every day for the past year, and it's finally starting to slow down a little bit. And when it's busy like that, maybe we can set up something where, hey, someone send me a text or something.
Sure.
I may not even look at my personal email for days at this point.
That busy, huh?
I'm that busy at work.
Wow, believable.
And it's good to have.
I'm serious, yeah.
That's
I've
great.
had one day where I worked 19 hours straight, and
That's not good.
I actually fell asleep at my laptop just because I couldn't stay awake.
Yeah, you don't even wanna look at a laptop.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's a good idea though, because just make sure you know, the communication routes are still good. You
Yeah,
know,
we
with
want to
every-
keep people
yeah.
involved and motivate to keep their eyes open and be able to, you know when to make, you know, when to communicate, when not to communicate,
Yeah.
and so on. It's an educating thing for everyone, I think. And then I also, I noticed yesterday, I was heading up Bunker Hill, there was, I guess, an incident there was at one house, I can't remember the address, but I noticed a couple people called me on that too, but I actually drove by myself, but I guess it was a death or something.
There was an untimely death,
Yeah.
medically related, no.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's horrible.
That's awful.
yeah,
Well, either way, it's horrible.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so you get calls like that I do too, cause I'm
You
a
do too,
commissioner,
yeah.
somebody will call. A lot of people in the neighborhood, when they hear something, you know, that ain't right or something, they'll call me, and I end up calling Ray or Chip and say, hey, what's going on? So,
For some reason, they think that they're gonna call me and let me know.
that you're gonna know. Yeah. All right,
That's about it.
well, thank you, Steve. Old business, 2021 budget figures, I don't see any figures in this packet, but.
Nope, Will said that they haven't finished reconciling the books and all that, so she says it's still a work in progress.
Okay, so we'll have the full budget next meeting maybe in
Yeah,
February.
we have to wait for the finance officer to
Yeah.
send it over to us, and usually, it's usually February or March, usually somewhere right in there.
Looking good though, right?
Oh, yeah, we're fine. Yeah.
But we're not using any leftover money at all, that money, anything
already
left
done.
over this year is gonna go to the general fund.
Yeah, it's all closed out already.
Okay, all right. Okay, so now we gotta do an evaluation, so I'm gonna let you take care of that.
Let's get this up the, where we need to go to first.
Sometimes she writes it on
Yeah,
here.
and she didn't this time. It's all right. I'll just use start and step grade 12, and grade, next would be grade 13. Okay. So a motion to, in regards to a satisfactory evaluation, a motion for Kevin Cashman to go from a sergeant rank of 12 to sergeant rank of 13.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye. So Athos is still hanging in there.
Oh, yeah, he's doing good.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That is awesome.
Okay. Anything else that needs to be discussed with the board at the present time?
Nope.
That you can think of? All right, well, I'm gonna say it's gonna be an early one. 7:18 PM, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
All right? Done.
Is that? Get a minute?
Sure.